Hello, welcome to A VO's Journey. My name is Anthony. This show's about voiceover and helping the new and upcoming voiceover artists grow their business and sidestep all the crazy things that I seem to step on. It is Thursday, January 16th. We're talking about audiobooks and is royalty share worth it? It is about time make another video about royalty share. I think that first off, let's describe what royalty share is. Okay, royalty share is a system of payment where you and the author enter into an agreement that you'll do the audiobook, you'll narrate the audiobook, and you will be paid royalties on any of those audiobook copies that are sold. Not books, but audiobooks, right? So in exchange for that, you get a certain amount of years that you'll be paid royalties, but you'll do the work up front for the royalties later on, right? You won't get paid anything up front. This is straight royalty share. At first glance, it sounds wonderful, right? I love it. ACX, unfortunately, ruined, I think, a lot of people's view of royalty share because they were really kind of the big group. Sorry, some breakfast. The biggest online website being tied to Audible. Clearly, that was doing royalty share, and so many people, anybody could come with any type of book and put it up there, turn it into an audiobook via royalty share, and then have people do it. And then if the book doesn't sell, you make nothing. So I think what's happened over time is royalty share has got a very bad name because of the copious amounts of books that unfortunately either are poor written, the author or rights holder doesn't know how to market very well, they can't sell the book, audiobooks. Their book wasn't selling anyways, and they tried to do an audiobook just because they thought that would help, and that didn't sell. And you have just a lot of narrators who's put a lot of work into audiobooks out there who have made nothing. And so I think royalty share has got a bad name. However, now that I have Academy Voices, right, and we're publishing, and we're almost 200 audiobooks. I think we have about 4 or 5 audiobooks away from publishing 200 audiobooks. And we primarily work right now with royalty share, although that's changing because we've had a lot more authors recently come and wanting to do per finished hour, et cetera, et cetera. But we've published a lot of royalty share books, and we've published well-known stories in royalty share, and we are generating a lot of revenue. A great amount of revenue, I guess it's relative, but revenue that we are being able to pay out to our voice actors from as royalties. And we do 20 years royalties from your from when you start. And I think that royalty share has gotten such a bad name that so many people hear it and they run for the hills because like, oh, I don't do that, or I'm only accepting money up front, et cetera, et cetera. And it makes complete sense because of, I think, the bad name and the bad taste in everybody's mouth from ACX, sadly. Okay. But what I want to say about royalty share is, one, yes, it is still a very viable way to get started in the voiceover business and audiobooks, make some extra money. If you happen to be able to do a royalty share book on a book that sells a lot, the audiobook is clearly going to sell a lot and you'll make good money. Okay. If it doesn't sell, you probably won't make any money. So it's an important thing to know about royalty share is that it has to sell. But if it does sell, you're going to make good money, and you'll continue to make money. So the stories that you pick are important. Right. You marketing your own stuff is also very important. Funny, early on, I realized this, right? Early on in my voiceover business, because when I first started, that's all I wanted to do was royalty share books because I thought there'd be nothing better, right, than getting royalties every single month. That was like, to me, the epitome of passive income, right? You do the work once and, you get paid for years. Well, clearly, if it was just that easy, it would be nice. But I realized early on, though, if I could sell if I figured out how to put together a platform or something where I could sell the audiobooks, I would attract a lot more authors who'd want to hire me. I would, be able to make more money. I would have a way to, really attract more business as well as make more money. And at the time, though, I was brand new. I didn't know how to do that. But, fast forward 8 years. Now I do. And we're doing it at Academy Voices. But I realized that I can't just be any old story. It can't just be anything that you decide to do. And unfortunately, as we know, there's a lot of books these days, sadly, being written by AI and so forth, and they're just never going to sell. So doing, royalty share in that sense doesn't make a lot of sense. But doing royalty share of books, especially books that are going to sell. So like, for example, classics, books that have sold for 100 years, 150 years, and they continue to sell and they continue to be popular. Like, for example, one of my favorite stories, you could tell, I know you can't necessarily see it, but right back there at Legend of Sleepy Hollow, I think I got another copy of there, although you can't really see it. It's one of my favorite stories by Washington Irving, right? I narrated this book. It's classic. It's a public domain book, and I literally sold 500 copies in September, and another 700 copies or whatever in October, right, for Halloween. So these audiobooks. So I made hundreds of dollars from narrating an hour-long book, and every Halloween I am going to sell copies of Sleepy Hollow because I fell in love with the story when I was a little boy. And, I am the age I am now, and I still love that story, and so do people still listen to it. And it's just like a Christmas Carol. We did a Christmas Carol. We had a very talented narrator and do it for us, and we sold a bunch of copies. Every year Christmas Carol is going to be something that people listen to. All I'm trying to say is that these types of things do make money. All right, they do make money. Other books that no one's ever heard of, they're not going to make a lot of money unless someone has a way to market them. So all I'm trying to say is, when it comes to royalty share, don't shed off royalty share, but make smart decisions. If you find a book, especially if you're on ACX, I'm talking ACX doesn't do. This is the Academy Voices, because we hire narrators, we work with authors, but we also publish our own books as well as authors. So we just published another one recently through an author who hired our narrators, and then they're publishing it through us. So we handle that distribution and stuff for them. Anyways, the point is that, you have to have a marketing channel. So we market, right? We're marketing these books as well. So it's something that I find is working very well, and it's amazing. It's growing. We're doubling our revenue pretty much every single month. But it's, again, because we're picking stories that people know, people are familiar with, and then the authors who are working with us, we are making sure we're marketing them, like emailing and posting on our socials and, talking them up, just being active. If you don't have that and you're going to a royalty share book somewhere, like ACX primarily, unless that book is selling and you go to turn an audiobook, you're not going to make any money. But you could make money somewhere else still selling it through there, because we sell a lot through Audible. Like, it's crazy how much, because it's still number one. I mean, we sell everywhere. We're in retailers all over the place, but Audible's still the biggest in the world. But the point is that royalty share does work, but you have to be very particular about the ones you choose to do. Okay, so don't write it off, but be smart about it, because not all of them are going to work. All right, I hope this helps you sort of think. I know it's funny. Royalty share has gotten worse, and I mean, people just, it's gotten such a bad name over the years. And there's nothing worse than doing a 10-hour long book for royalty share and you make nothing. There's nothing. I mean, it's horrific, right? So, that's the roughest thing. But you also have to take in consideration, make sure the stories that you're telling, if it's a great story and it's a well-known story or it's selling, it is a godsend to get the royalty share. You will notice that not a lot of bestsellers like go through ACX, right? That are going to do royalty share because they don't want, the authors or the people don't want to do royalty share because they know that's going to sell, right? Because they do royalty, they make money. So don't think that the audiobooks and stuff don't sell that you can't make money. It's just that you got to keep your eyes open. Okay, and you got to find places like Academy Voices who are doing audiobooks that aren't going to sell. Okay, all right. Anyways, I hope that helps. I just wanted to chat about royalty share today with you guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and check out Academy Voices and VO Journey. Also, if you're looking to get into voiceover or grow your business and you like a family and a community to do that with, we are that. So have a wonderful Thursday. Talk to you guys soon. Bye, everybody.